Alright, so leave it to me to go ahead and get my video done at the last minute, and we're having an ice storm, so fingers crossed that I don't lose power. I'm sorry if there's a glare. I tried to adjust my camera so that there wasn't, but today, here, let me grab some of my crap here. I follow on Facebook, which, I started following this artist a long time ago, and his things just started popping up in my feed more. And the artist is Salvador Dali, and I know that he's not alive, and I know that, whoever it is whoever's promoting him, but I look at a lot of his art when, regularly through Facebook, and a lot of it resonates with me, and I think it's because at first glance, when you look at his art, it's very random and it's very weird, and you're like, what is going on? But the deeper you look, the more you see, the more things make sense, to you in your own way, and it makes sense differently to me or to somebody else. So I feel like his art style kind of resonates with me, and I wanted to create something, because a lot of what I create, some of it you've seen in other glue books, and some of it you might not have seen. Like I did a lot of stuff in one of my glue books that I called The Beast, and that can be found in my, playlists. I think I have a playlist for it. If not, I worked on it last year in 2020 at the beginning of the year. I finished it up, and I did a lot of things in there that were, more random, but felt good, felt right in my style, I guess. So I'm going to start. I grabbed 3 sheets that I'm calling backgrounds, because he painted everything, and I don't paint like that. So if I tried to do what he did, you'd be like, oh, that's supposed to be a tree? It looks more like a Volkswagen bus. And, so I figured I would do something that makes sense in my style. A lot of his, I watched a lot of stuff about him since I decided I was going to do this. I watched a lot about him on YouTube. He had, I'm going to just put a strip of something over those words. I don't want them there. There are a lot of documentaries on a lot of different things on YouTube, so don't ever feel like you have to go somewhere fancy to watch a documentary, because I watched one right on YouTube. And I watched a few different videos on him and his style. And, excuse me for 1 second. I'm very sorry. Allergies don't wait, don't take a break if you decide to make a video. In a lot of the videos I watched, there was, he was kind of perverted, I'm not gonna lie. A lot of his art was pretty raunchy, so, but a lot of it wasn't. And what I took from what I watched was his sources of inspiration for some of his work. And he grew up on the coast of Spain, and he took inspiration from a lot of different random things. For instance, he took inspiration from holes formed in rocks from the water beating on the rocks. And I thought that was just absolutely fascinating what he turned them into. He turned them into pieces of work that was like walls filled with holes and things coming out of those holes, and things that you can see like they were windows. And I thought that was pretty fascinating, because the inspiration he got it from was just a freaking rock, that had been battered by years of ocean waves. And he went and made it into something much more. I mean, don't get me wrong, the rocks that I've seen at the ocean excuse me, I'm so sorry. The rocks that I've seen at the ocean that were battered by the ocean, you know, years, are beautiful. But I don't know if my brain would have taken it to that extent, you know, and to a place where I could see that, you know, where that form of art would come out of my brain. But he did, and he took a lot of things like that, and, you know, like a lot of different artists, he took a lot of more sexual approaches to it, and, you know, that's understandable. A lot of art has establishments of a sexual nature. Excuse me, again, I am very sorry. This is just, ugh. So, yeah, that was really, you know, a lot of what he did was very interesting to me in the sense of what he turned his inspiration into. So, I highly recommend finding an artist that you enjoy, or whose artwork you find to be interesting, and turn it into something different. You know, find out what inspired them, and learn from that, I guess, is all I can say, because it is pretty cool. I'm going to come back to this one, but I'm going to move on for a second because I'm overthinking a lot of this here. This woman here, I wanted to put wings on her, and I finally found a Dollar Tree that had the wings. So I guess that is a style. I didn't do the hop last month because I really didn't know of a style that really resonated with me, but I guess if I had to pick a style, it would be a surrealism, because I really enjoy art that has many different meanings to many different people. You know, I don't really, you know, there's art out there that's like, you know, the Mona Lisa. It's beautiful. It is beautiful, but it doesn't resonate with me like something Dali did that takes on different forms the more you look at it. And so it's really, I really like things that keep my brain working, and his art does that for sure. I'm so sorry. So sorry about the nose. It's like disgusting to be on video blowing your honker. But apparently I come on video, and now I had some heads that I was definitely gonna use. I have this one, and this, where's my other guy for this head? This is a head. We have the goat. I'm having the goat people, but I have to find the other guy. Here's the other goat guy. See, and like this is what I like. I'm gonna have the goat people. So, you know, why? Why would I have the goat people? I don't know. It means something to me. What does it mean to you? You know, what does it mean? Goat people doesn't mean something to me, but, you know, maybe the sheep, maybe the, you know, the followers of this butterfly fiery lady. Who knows? Who knows what it means to you? But all I know is these heads are stinking awesome. Look at that. Look at that guy. And then this woman, I love the expression on her face, but I'm just going to have to turn her into a goat. Come on, come on, come on. Look at that. Now, I might go around and do little art thingies around here afterwards, but I don't know quite yet. I don't know quite yet what I'm going to do. I don't know what I'm going to do. I might, you know, Stabilo, which I don't own a Stabilo, but I use eyeliner pencil. I might eyeliner around some of the things for depth. Let's see where it goes. Okay. Come on, little guy, stay stuck. My fingers are getting sticky now. Coffee break. Let's see. Down at her feet, maybe she has a duck. Maybe a camel. Maybe this guy is flying on her other wing. Bottle of Tabasco. That's fiery, right? I don't really have anywhere to put it. This. Here we go. So this, again, you know, I don't paint, so gluing is like where my medium is. It's not that I don't paint. It's not something I can do on video because when I'm doing things like doodling or painting, I'm focusing really hard to put my all into it, and I can't talk, and I can't, you know, I have to be in the art. Whereas with gluing, I'm much more free, and that's why this is my freeing art. You know, this is what I do to be free. Whereas things like painting and things that require my focus, I do those alone in silence when I need to focus. All right, I'm gonna start on my dolphin page, which is right here. I have this woman, but she's like big. That's okay. I don't think I'm gonna use her. Sorry, lady. But these ladies here are pretty awesome. Nope, not awesome enough for that though. She's that big. Have a cow up in the sky. But it was interesting learning about his life and about the people in it and about his, you know, his thought processes and, you know, seeing correlations between where he grew up and what he created throughout his life. And it's really something that I recommend to anybody, is to do some investigating of an artist that you wouldn't think to investigate. Oh, I have 2 toilets. We're gonna have flying toilets on this one. And see where the rabbit hole brings you, because different art styles like surrealism is really inspiring to me. It just really resonates with my own style. I hope any of this makes sense. My brain is just in a total fog. Here I am making a video and flying toilets. Here I'm making a video and just rambling. I have no idea if it's making any sense at all. Such is life. Yeah, Salvador Dali has one painting that is of arms and hands, and it's just really, you know, at first glance, you think it's really bizarre, but then as you look at it, you kind of start to like it, you know? I hope to God I can get this uploaded while I have power today. We're gonna try, people. Leave it to me, though, to not do anything until we're, you know, on the verge of ice death here. And speaking of which, my heart goes out to every single person in Texas and in the Midwest that's dealing with this weather. You know, it's crazy times that we live in, and none of it should be very surprising. But I did see a video this morning of a woman whose fish tank was ice, and I just really felt, you know, felt bad in those types of cases. I mean, holy crap. But my love goes out to all of you out there that are dealing with this and that are without power in sub-zero temperatures. It's, you know, I did live in New England, and I have been there before, where it is ice cold and you lose power. And even here, you know, we had power, but we had no heat here when we first moved down here. And it wasn't sub-zero, but Lily was only a few months old, and it was, you know, like 40 degrees in my house. That was rough. You know? So I do get it. I do get it. And a lot of people in those areas aren't prepared for that kind of madness and weather, you know. And to boot, this is my most random one yet, definitely. So let's look at what we did. I'm trying not to make this too long. I don't know where I'm at. This one is my most nonsensical one. Okay. We have all kinds of weirdness going on here. This is my goat people. And I have this one here, which is, you know, we can add some more to this one. Let's add this thing. Okay. This guy gets a flower right there on his lapel. And this guy gets a big hat. Ooh, the foamy hand. I cut this out. I actually cut this out for a reason, and I didn't end up using it in what I was doing. So I'm covered in glue because it's like getting everywhere. Oh, okay. There we go. I like this. This is like really starting to be something I recognize now. So that's really all it takes. And I think that's why I like it so much, because, like, you know, this hand might be reaching up to that, you know, that clock face, which could be the moon, you know, who knows. And then you have these guys here, and this guy is cold and he's wearing a big hat. And this is the ruler of them all. So I suggest doing it. I suggest finding yourself an artist and pick out the things that you see in their art that you can feel, and run with it, you know. See where it takes you. I had a lot of fun researching Salvador Dali, even though he's, you know, his stuff is pretty, a lot of his stuff is pretty perverted. But, you know, I had fun with it. So I hope you all enjoyed this video of my boogers and my rambling. And I love you all. Ta-ta for now.